My name's John Griffith. I work with Call to Greatness, a campus ministry here at K-State, and had the joyous pleasure to participate in the 24-hour Art Slam.
So first off, this is your space. This is where you guys are going to be performing. And I'm really excited about it because it's raw, it's cool. We haven't ever done anything like this before.
The 24-hour Art Slam is an event to raise money and awareness for a social issue. This year it was homelessness. Last year, which was the first year they did it, was to raise money and awareness for sex trafficking.
When I came into it, I wasn't really sure what to expect, just in terms of like performances and what Family Promise was really about. And throughout the 24 hours, though, I started to get a better grasp of what the actual purpose of this Art Slam was. And towards the end, I started getting a better understanding through the things that I had written and through the other performances of, a lot of the misconceptions within homelessness.
When I walked in, I wasn't sure how it was going to go. It takes me like 2 weeks to produce anything worth performing. So when I went in there and in 24 hours these amazing things were produced, I was just amazed, I guess.
There's 3 other people in my group. One was Trent. He does a lot of videography, like digital editing kind of stuff. The other girl was Aiden. She did our videography as well. And then the other girl, Corey, she was a theater, or she's dabbled in theater. So it all kind of worked out perfectly because we had 2 videographers, editors, an actress, and then me for doing the spoken word, so it was just a piece together really well. I got into my group, we were just talking about like what we wanted to do. And
I like the idea of a silent video.
Immediately, right off the bat, we were all kind of thinking along the same lines and had a lot of the same ideas, so it was just really cool to see how these 4 different people create this one piece of it.
So then we're starting off with the random B-roll of today. It's about 20 seconds, then we're gonna go to Corey driving up in the parking lot and walking away, and then to B-roll of the farmer's market as well as people on mats. And then we have Corey in the alley with the shoes, since that she's gonna be walking from the car. Then we're going to B-roll in front of Signs of Life, from outside of Signs of Life to inside.
We were running short on the amount of time that we actually had. We're trying to piece everything together, make sure that everything's good to go.
I was in a group with John, and he plays guitar and sings. And Jordan, she does everything. Like, she's a painter, she dances, she draws. And then Kelechi, who draws really well. Like, we looked at his sketchbook, he's amazing. I wrote a poem. I don't know if I can call it spoken word, but it rhymed. And then I played my saxophone. We decided that we wanted to really focus on building a relationship. Once we realized like how we wanted to do that and how we wanted to kind of show that the problem was people not doing more than just giving money, we kind of figured out how we could do that in like a step-by-step process.
Let's start ideating. Is that what that means? So, do you guys have any like initial impressions or thoughts or any ideas for just like anything like that you thought was really cool?
So you want to tell a story?
Yeah, like
about
someone could, like I could pull out my
cool.
saxophone and I could play, and then like you could walk up with your guitar or something, and instead of just like dropping the dollar, you could like play along and like snowball it up.
And even if we do a time lapse or a video of you drawing and then maybe show the finished product, like the real physical drawing at the end, that's still, we can do all of that and you still wouldn't even be on stage.
So John, what's the plan for this?
So we've come up with our kind of skeletal structure of what we're doing. Like, we know kind of the framework, the order of what we're gonna do. Now we just need to create things. Like, we need to figure out what song we're gonna play. We need to write a spoken word for Kelechi to do. We need to set up a camera for Kelechi to begin drawing that we're gonna do our video for. So that's gonna take basically the rest of the afternoon that we spend before we perform. So.
kind of waiting for the shoot to be like, we lost everything.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
So we're in the process of writing we're gonna have a kind of a back and forth between the song and the spoken word, and we're in the process of writing what exactly that's gonna look like.
Based off what like you guys have is kind of what I'll like feed off of for what I'll do.
Sweet.
So
No, I don't think we're gonna need more than these 2 verses for the spoken word.
All right.
But if we need a 3rd one, we can try and put something together.
All right.
We're trying to kind of approach it from like the story of a day in the life, so to speak, of someone who, you know, just seems like an ordinary person, and if you pass them on the street, you might not ever really know they're homeless, but at the end of the day, they might be just because of the situation they're in.
Okay, so it's 10 minutes till start time, and we finished our video.
I am excited.
Yeah, we're ready. It's been a long day, but we're ready to do this thing.
Got all my techniques underway, haven't drank caffeine in the past hour, we're good.
We just realized that we have a whole extra minute we have no content, and we have to fill this video, or else it's gonna be an awkwardly long minute of video playing after we're done. And we're like, we just realized this in the last like hour, and so it's like about to start, and so we're like rapidly like writing content.
All of it's gonna kind of be improv and a little bit of pre-choreographed stuff, so I think it's rough art.
A little nervous, and still have some things to write. We're about to start in 10 minutes, so we'll see how it goes. It'll be great. Yeah.
I thought overall everybody did a really good job at actually, you know, performing. They were all similar, but they all portrayed something differently. It seemed like every group kind of was doing the same things along the lines of like how you can help out a homeless person, you know, isn't just like tossing, you know, money into their container or whatever. It's more about like actually, you know, getting to know them and treating them as a human. So I thought that was kind of cool how we all, you know, there's so many different topics you could do with homelessness, and we all kind of came to the same conclusions but produced way different things.
I remember one guy that I just met him that weekend, and seemed just like a pretty goofy guy, you know, and I remember he had an acting role that was pretty serious in their performance, where he was a homeless man in this video or in their skit, and it was moving. I was like, really was. Oh my gosh, like I might cry. Like this is awesome. It was really good.
Yeah, the skit with the cans made me.
That's the one. That's the one I was talking about.
Like,
yeah.
oh my gosh.
All my family's gone. I lost my wife. I lost my home, so I couldn't afford it. And now my little girl's in a foster home because her dad can't provide for her.
The way he just kind of like fell into the character, and for me, I was like watching his eyes because he was like right there when he was giving his monologue, and I was just like, he's tearing up, I'm tearing up, oh goodness.
Yeah.
It was really sad.
He played it really well. There's that part where he started like tearing up. I was kind of like, oh crap, I can't cry, you know, nobody can see this. And
I'm a man.
Exactly, but it was a really powerful performance. It was really well done. At the Art Slam, I did 2 different pieces. One was a recording that was played during the video that we did, and that one was basically talking about how within homelessness there's these stereotypes, you know, that like you're homeless because you're a drunk or because you're lazy, things like that. But I was looking at how a lot of times that's a misconception. That's not actually the case. Sometimes people just, you know, are having a rough time and are homeless because of that. You know, you can connect with homeless people in a way that's going to affect their life way better than just giving them change, because that's only going to help them so much. And that was actually one of the lines in my spoken word piece. Like, all it takes for you is to break down your wall like a dollar bill and convert it
to change. Not the change that you keep, but the change that you make. Embrace the I in difference, because this is where it begins. The start of the story untold. They don't need 1 million copies sold, but you can be the publisher to the novel of their life.
So it's just that idea of, you know, there's stuff you can do that is so much greater than just handing somebody a dollar bill or, you know, whatever change you have in your pocket. And so I thought that was, you know, that's kind of the essence, I think, of what Family Promise is all about. And, you know, they're about helping people relationally, and I think that's a really important thing to remember.
I was really impressed by your guys' video and your spoken word. Like, seriously, I was sitting back there, I was like, oh my gosh, we have to follow that guy? Like, there's no way. And, like, I think we were a little uncertain, too, about how ours was can actually be pulled off.
I was really shocked when it came out the right time frame. I was like, whoa, yes, thank you.
My team's performance, we tried to depict someone in a homeless situation, which was Natalie. And she was on a street corner playing her saxophone for money, and we had people walking by giving money. We tried to portray kind of probably what the average person feels when they see someone on the street. It's just like, ah, man, why are they bugging me? Should I give them money to make them stop? And then we had another character, which I got to play, who goes up and tries to engage with her and build a relationship. And we played music together. We sang a song, and the song hopefully portrayed her struggle as a homeless person. Why do people walk on by and ignore me? The whole time Kalechi's drawing was going up, kind of portraying the overall theme of two hands really holding each other, one a homeless, one was kind of a guy in a suit, reaching out to like build a relationship with that person. So I think that was the overall theme for what we did. I'd encourage any artist out there to look around them and see what's the brokenness around them, what are the needs around them, that they can portray through their art, and attempt to bring a solution, but also attempt to empower the listener or the person who's experiencing their art to really do something about it, to step out and, you know, push outside of their own comfort zone and really do something. And I think those are some of the greatest artists that people look to, whether it's a musician or a painter or theater performance or whatever it is. The best people that really people are inspired by are the people that are looking around them to see the needs of the world and their city and their friends and their family, and really inspiring people to do something about it.
I found that art has this way of transcending the boundaries of language. My mom and I didn't really communicate that well, so I picked up piano when I was about 4 years old, and I used my music to tell my mom, this is how I'm feeling. And that's the amazing thing about art, is like, it knows no boundaries, and it still somehow can almost portray the most clear picture of what we're trying to say.